play these more carry-orientated picks, but is he willing in this draft to do it? Well,
there you go. Maybe you get an answer. And yeah, locked in. The ex-KC Blue top laner is going to pull out the Gwen in game 1. But Dragon stacking for Fnatic, a style of how they used to play their focus down here, takes Navi out of their comfort zone, which we talk about week after week, and puts Fnatic well and truly at the very least. And for what it's worth for Fnatic, at least it will be all 3 denied away from the Gwen. So Relech, good timing, does get 2 grubs in the end, and now over the wall going to contribute, and this early game continues to be a bit of a lull. And that's okay, you know? It's only game 1. It's an important game and series that will matter falling here at the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, you do remember that we cast the game for a while that held the record for the latest first blood ever in League of Legends history.
Oh, that was like 20-something minutes, wasn't it?
JDG at Top Esports.
Oh, yeah. It was like 25 minutes.
It was 32 minutes.
Oh, was it? I mean,
on the Nexus surge.
Oh, hang on. Maybe we're going to lose it now. Mate to get sent up. Maybe packing, but under turret. A bit of a whoopsie. Empross flashes away, and we hold on for a little bit. Now I don't care about the kill. I care about the latest first blood as Empross walks away from the snip. No, that's just down.
And making sure that they're picking up a lot, and this is why it's kind of on now, Razork and Fnatic, to find these plays. You've got the tools, you got the ult on the Ashe, you got this Cataclysm, and you still have flash down for Paris. So it may just be a dive up towards this top side, with Paris now shifting across to try and cover for that dive.
Mainta looks like he's on the edge of running away, stays for the wave. Razork's going to try again. Good poke with the Chaos Storm, maybe some blood, but again, Razork's like, I'm not staying for this. Chaos Storm does about half the HP, and Poby now teleports in. Relech and Sam D thinking about a dive. Onto Upset, Wind becomes lightning. Crescent Guard, Upset about to die. The flash auto. 18 minutes 45. Wakes up the crowd.
The flash in gets it. Razork wants to respond though, Sam D.
Flag and drag, Arcane Shift buffers. He gets a Crescent Guard, and rather, the Cataclysm. Shut down. 1 for 1, finally. And some good cheese to add in the mix, Dagda. How do we get them?
Well, the secret sauce is going to be, well, maybe catching Razork here.
Maybe. Between worlds used on a Razork, the Enchantress Arrow is going to fly. Hits Poby, but he gets cleansed out of it. Meanwhile, the dive from Relech starts off. Wind becomes lightning, another audacious charge, and there's the wind again. True Shot Barrage, great damage. The burst from Poby flashes forward, and Fnatic is sent cooking. Away, Bloody gets with the needlework right in his face. Snipped to death. Mainta makes the dive easy, and Navi again on the board more and more. Needlework dodge away this time around as Empross wants to find a target. But going immune is Gwen's specialty, as Mainta dodges away, walks it out. Baron now on the cards. No Razork for 20 seconds, and just like that, Navi might move this to 4K.
An attempt at a pick goes wrong for Fnatic, and it's Navi who are now on the ejector. Poby's very low on mana for this play, though.
He is, but it still could be a trap over the wall. Tries to poke out. Baron still being questioned. Thought about Razork up in 5. Buying time. And again, Fnatic have really struggled. And I think being fair, Dagda, like, Razork made a lot of attempts, but it just never linked up. It never synced up. And outside of the one play,
the area, they're going to just trade for Bloody getting positioning on this top tower. Again, trying to funnel resources into the Victor and the hopes for Navi. And with the amount of poke they have between the Ezreal and the Aurora, this becomes very scary.
Razork face checking here. He does get knocked up before the flag and drag, but the buffer works out. He'll take a blast cone to get out of there, as giving the Inspire, and takes Relech over the wall. Flag and drag's interrupted this time. Poke is there. Cataclysm flash out. Razork, I don't know why he waited so long for that, but Relech got to go for a ride for free while Poby burst down. 4.5K. This will be a brilliant addition of gold to Navi. The arrow's going to come in. It does stun up Mainta, but to no avail with the splash damage on the Baron. Purple Worm is down. And criminals. How well I think Navi have played in the mid game. We question them, like, can they really hold their ground and show stability? Obviously, it's a different opponent to yesterday, but so far, so good. As between worlds onto Bloody, they're going to find the target. Found out again. Wind becomes lightning, doesn't connect from Relech. Storm Surge just tags him down from the sky. Bloody now at half HP. His Cataclysm in. Razork finds a knockup. It's nice. The Encore's a 2-man. The arrow on top. The CC from Fnatic finally makes sense. A Chaos Storm that grows only bigger. In the eye, he tries to send it towards Sam D as Navi send themselves forward. That's Sam D, Arcane shifting, and Bloody still gets chunked out. They're looking for a fight despite losing their jungler. But I have to say, for Fnatic, finally a breath of fresh air as Navi are stepping forward. That was Sam D into the fire. Dodging away from the beat drop is important. Samd's close to dying at a low health bar. Razork tries to cut him off. Fnatic want this play. They want the kills. They want control back in this game. As Paris doesn't get the tether, the flag is down, but there's no drag. Navi will Shutdown was massive, but as you pointed out so well on the replay, Dagda, Chain CC finally, they're going to do it again, dropping the beat and the encore all for one, but it will be worth one for all. It's on to Poby.
Navi, they turn towards mid, TP to bottom side. That's the Rabadon's death cap for Vladdy.
All right, that's a very strong victor. And Navi are in a precarious position for a game that felt like it should have been won with almost 6,000 gold in their name. True Shot Barrage going to do great damage, but again, they've got surround sound from Lospa. They can heal up, they can sustain, they can find picks with another arrow down. Rillette's caught out, and Navi are doing it again. We spoke too soon as their mid-game starts to crumble. Their dragon stacking starts to stop, and Navi pretty neutral outside of Empress's frontlining and taking a lot of damage. Samd kites back and they start hitting the dragon. Mainta has an angle, but he's found out by Fnatic with a good ward. Empress looking again to zone out 4K, 3K, all for the Flipper Soul. It goes down to Fnatic, down to Upset. But with the Crescent Guard, Fnatic are getting encroached. Razork, Cataclysm, Encore only a one-man. It's a messy fight, but I see Needlework flying and missing and whipping it. Vladdy died, he went to the front line, and he's dead with flash available. How does the Victor go down? As Upset gets the fire down the line. The squad's ready, the double's in hand. Empress cuts off the path of escape. A triple to Upset, and Navi thought they had the fight after taking down Vladdy, but then they got Upset.
Upset with a huge play, Nearly able to connect with the Ashe ult, but it doesn't matter. The flash in won the fight for Fnatic, and just like that, it's Baron for the black and orange.
Well, they'll take it with ease. No contest. A True Shot Barrage, maybe. We've seen claim this enough. That Victor dying, getting one shot, looks so good for Navi. But a good call out as in chat. Crystal Arrow flies and gets Poby mid-jump. That stun time is ages. He gets flicked up. Between Worlds will save his life, but Fnatic aren't done. Cataclysm down for no escape. Razork, no, he doesn't die. Needlework dodged. He gets tagged by a bit, but it's not enough. Now Vladdy steps forward to right the wrongs. The last fight is made to flush behind the turret, but Fnatic are on an onslaught. They've woken up in this game, and Navi is sent packing once more.
Fnatic have crested the hill. They are pushing in on towards the inhibitor turrets, and Navi are crumbling. There's so much healing and shielding and tankiness now in Fnatic, and Navi, I mean, look at Imperials. Rilette just can't get through them.
Not only did he stop the Infernal Soul, win the last fight, he lands an arrow from near mid lane that opens up the pick on Poby. This time the arrow is going to whiff, but the pressure continues on. He steps up, talking about Upset again with the Guardian Angel now instead of advancing the Bloodthirster, and with no fear starts working on this inhibitor turret.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much healing already from Lospa. The Echoes of Helia Diadem combo is so potent. And Fnatic know it. They don't care if they take poke, they will survive. As Lospa, though, may not.
He does get low, he flashes away, but again, there is one target I'm looking at. Upset. It's going to be ulted. The winning goes into GA, but he autos for his final moment. Flag on Mainta is golden again. Sending out the volley. Upset steps forward. Mainta can't deal with him at all. Empress has kept that back line all the way back in line. Fnatic now run forward once again. Upset at full HP. Baron doing the work. Navi have got all but 2 left remaining. Sandy, Paris might not get hit by an arrow, but Upset, he just can't be stopped. He can't be reached. He can't be poked. And here it goes again. Fnatic using the Baron buff. The autos reign true. Dagda said it himself. All he needs is a few. And Upset land them with ease. Fnatic whip Navi back into shape, or rather out of.
Can work in conjunction with the Skarner, especially trying to charm to set up for a lot of these plays. But traditionally what we've seen a lot more with the Skarner is these ears and these more carry picks. Still though, like for Fnatic, strong.
I think they'll be happy because Empress survives what should have been a short kill.
Yeah, the main focus for me though is ultimate down for Rilette.
Yep.
This is the tool that is basically just to try and deny Vladdy from coming into the play.
So he has the angle on the scatter of the week. Razork coming back in with the Proto Harness as well. Gets Magical Journey to a rather Cosmic Binding. Navi a bit dangerous in the river here as Razork still looks for a small engage. Gets poked out, but the Magical Journey's going to get Navi out after getting the Dragon.
Not as cool as a lead as they had been able to swap around on.
Yeah, and RollQuest actually goes to Upset first here on Fnatic. Where Sam D, he'll find this turret and...
Yeah, just trying to deny as much
Deny as much minions, yeah. As he clears out this wave, that turret still will go down. Phil still will be the first turret in the game. Gets the roll quest with it as well. So a bit of a hefty chunk of gold. But
from Paris and a roaming Bard with the Relech, maybe exactly the play on bot lane.
Oh, this time it hits a max range. CC, no move! No move for you!
But you haven't got there. So Navi feeling they can move into position to contest this.
Magical journey, it's a short one as TP comes in. Fnatic again want to get themselves in. Razork flashes in, impales, Flurry gets out, and a tempered fate from Paris holds the jungler of Fnatic, but no trap. Sam D misses a still target, and Razork just rolls out of that. Oh, now no tempered fate, range engaged now down. Teleport going to be committed, but that's Poby coming in after one tool is down on their support.
Still though, Navi managing to position here. They were a little bit worried about the follow-up as Vladi had moved into mid after completing the first item, and now Fnatic on the dragon.
All right, there we go. Public execution onto Razork. Good damage. He has to get out of there. He drives out as Relech flies in. Upset was left alone by Fnatic as he flashes away. A spear over the wall. No, it's aimed at Razork as the smite contest comes on in. Fnatic want to get back on in. Dodging one from Major is nice, but it is a blue team secure. A double dragon and a kill to boot. It's 3K gold lead. It seems like a similar story to game number 1. But it does feel like, again, so many more tools this game. And the Herald should also open up the mid lane, so that siege that Navi have been holding can continue even more.
Yeah, I think my biggest worry, though, is that you don't really have the uber late game scaling of kind of the Victor and that's coming through for Fnatic in this time around.
Yeah,
like,
as you said,
a Navi that has a lead like this and is willing to group up and look for picks.
As potential turns 1v1 into 1v2. Mainta took this play, but Megana buffered. Mainta gets out with a public execution, but for now, Bloody Charm misses. Mainta jumps back in. A good stun up by Empros, but he might be in a bit of trouble. Mainta's dodged everything. That upset needs to come in as well. Flash from Empros. This Ambessa, the energy crazy as he gets flighted to half HP. Meanwhile, Navi are sieging the mid lane. NT's in chat. I feel like Mainta took so much time. As the resets are going to come through from Navi after the inner turret drops down. Outer turret will drop on the bottom side.
Paris not having flash, you would have loved to have that flash engage on the Gnar.
But Fate, gets upset, and with the scat of the week, with the CC, they found him. Cosmic finding public execution on upset as Razork dies at the start of the fight, but no, he dodges a spear from Relech. Navi, 5 members getting poked out a little bit, but look at Fnatic's health bar, much, much worse as third dragon now comes into question.
Little bit of missed timings on Navi's side, though, means that Fnatic will get to fight another game. Date, Lospa, going to continue to heal on up.
Empros going into Mega Gnar. He's found out at half HP. Bloody gets over the wall. Beautiful charm onto Paris. Stun up. Not even the Mega. Not yet. Mainta jumps back in. A sledgehammer thrown at Sam D. His Orb of Deception to zone out. Fnatic are on the Dragon. There's the Grand Starfall. The stun from Relech getting an instant kill, but Dragon has no smite. It's Fnatic's for the taking as Razork will sacrifice his life. Sam D gets the last auto down. Scorpion in the ground. Now Relech decided to go around, but Navi have lost their ground. No! Fnatic in a choke again! It's where Navi thrive! Poby lines down the orbs like he's at a bowling alley.
Fnatic into the perfect spot with Mainter jumping in with the flash, and Poby soon to follow.
Relech, the angle beautiful, the Poby follow-up exceptional, and this top turret is not long for the world, and the Baron power play presented to you by Red Bull will crest over 1,000 gold. The win with the objective in their pocket.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I feel like this was the last kind of play that Fnatic had, because you're looking at the items that are coming through. Poby very close to that Rabadon's death cap, the last set, and this Baron is not long for the world.
6K, 5K, 4K, way too quick. Razork needs to get in the pit. It's going to take too long. Tempered Fate going to catch him as Baron goes down to Navi, but they've got a great angle on the Scorpion King. Razork hit down hard as unleashing power is going to unleash hell on the Fnatic's backline is Relech. He flies in as Emperor's down the Mega Gnar, but too low to commit to the fight. Bloody has to get out with the Protobelt while the rest of Fnatic move up in a choke, but Poby likes those odds. Gets a double flash, gets the poke. Fnatic get out of dodge, but use everything to survive. As this Baron play needs to start cresting into the base and destroying some of those inhibitor turrets as Razork, that's where he'll have to defend with the rest of Fnatic. 15 seconds for the Drake. This will be Soul for Navi. And considering they have 80% of the map right now, this should be easy. As right now, that was Fnatic's view, a little bit tilted to the left. As Empros does get top lane turret, gets a bit of gold, but your base is breaking very fast.
There's just no response. Fnatic struggling desperately to find the engages that they want to. Razork steps forward, looking for Paris.
He gets out of the weak tempered fate. The flash from Vladdy gets the charm. It's nice onto real edge. Stunned up and slowed down. Razork goes in, and in the ground, Esports finds an angle. And impaled to death. A two-man. A mistake. Navi found out, and Fnatic again, they keep finding these defenses.
The TP from Empiro's behind was beautiful for Fnatic, and they are holding on to this game. The inhibitor falls, they'll get the dragon, and again, this Baron buff is really not doing much for Navi.
He's seen on Mega 9 that time is going to run out, so Navi not going to make the same mistake again.
Samdi.
Especially can't find the angle. Upset's going to get cleansed away. Sammy does get poked, as you say, in a dangerous position. Fnatic are like, hang on, we can go forward. Valkyrie into Sammy, into real edge. He jumps forward. Tidal wave again. Captured by Razork. Real edge goes into GA, and another flank, this time from Bloody. Charm doesn't connect. Spirit Rush will be angled to the rest of the team as Real edge gets shut down. Navi just can't. Top left, that's what I'm looking at. Ace in the hole and Upset's nice, but there is sustain as Navi look to defend the push into the Dragon. It's Razork and Poby. Scatter the week at max range as well. Found out is the GA-less onto real edge into a Gatling gun. He's in danger. Bloody heads forward with the Protobelt as Empiros takes the tempered fate. Tidal wave is there. Razork used the impale but found no one. A lot thrown out as Empiros heads towards Meganar, and Navi are backing off. Charm? Boy, close.
Empiros though, gone Mega. This is where the Fnatic want to try and find their moment. Poby with the scout of the week on towards Razork will keep him at bay as Empiros wants to step forward but just can't find the angle.
I see a Pantheon in the distance with ulti available. He wants to fly in. Rilech wants an angle here as Fnatic healthy enough. A headshot is good from Sam D. He steps forward, gets damage down as Poby in fog of war. A game-making, game-breaking play. Scout of the week onto a mini-Nar. Unleashes power but no execute. Public execution is good. The sandwich, the collapse. Navi are sick of the talk, but they have got only a couple of kills. They need to finish Upset. Phosphorus bomb. He gets out with the Valkyrie. 4 members chasing this corky dog. He's running for his life, but he can't do too much anymore. Bloody goes in, gets a flash, but everyone else is dead. Navi finally bring a play together. It's Rilech over the wall, gonna see it lands, catches Empiros, and Navi say enough is enough.
Poby found the flank that finally put the nail in the coffin of Fnatic for this game. But by God, did Navi have to work for it.
They had to work for it. They got close to again revisiting game 1. Vladdy's not going to find anything here. Rilech will take him down for the ace, and we go the distance here in every France.
And at this stage, I do not know how this series is going to go. Navi have gotten control in every early game, and Fnatic have pushed them the distance every single time.
It is hard. Zaya Rakan now locked in for Navi, which feels like the best way to negate all this Fnatic dive, all this Fnatic backline access. Siva to pair up. What do you think of Fnatic? They're pretty healthy here from Sam D. Miniwave is thin as well. Razork just using this opportunity to back away. Yeah, as you said, he won't find anything. Rilech has found an opening in top. Decimating smash. In fact, Empiros might just be dead. It's matched by main turns. Rilech flashes in the end. Mater dies. And so does Rilech. Empiros in the wave. But unfortunately, it's pushing against him. Unstoppable Onslaught going to be sent. They're going to fix this play. Decimating smash. There's the equalizer on the wave. This time, I think Navi know they can fix it. There's no turret in the way. They get a shutdown. Cow picked up, which is kind of nice for the Scion, though. So no boots, but Mater will be able to absorb a little bit more of that 1v1 pressure.
Yeah, so I think, honestly, much better start to the early game.
Their focus is up on the grubs on the top side, and
yeah, I think they just
this easy.
Yeah, Rilech happy that, look, I've got the vision. I know that Razork isn't trying to contest here, so I'm just going to try and take both these. Even going to look for the third here as well in just a second. And Crab, like, he's now going to be able to match a lot of the early pressure, sorry, the early gold lead and experience lead that Razork have been able to get.
Might get down for the second as well. So stacking stopped. Slow early game, guys. We're back.
Yeah, we didn't see this at all.
No, I mean, one gank attempt, and Rilech was like, oh, whoa. Like, you know one of those foot scrub machines, those ones that massage? You imagine sitting here in the early game when things are chill, maybe not chill, dread of return. Upset's get a barrier, but he's got no flash. The punish is great, but the spell shield even better. Pop Blossom from Lospa, saving grace. No time for a foot scrub. As the equalizer from Emperors ain't very good, but Relech walks in the waiting arms of Bloody. A fate sealed and a fate given to the Ashes. Relech is down as Paris on the wrong side of the map, and upset as a Siva wants to claim this kill. And he should with ease. There's nowhere for Paris to go. At least trying to buy some space, but Boomerang Blade, a heal up, one more auto. Upset, running for the chase. Razork there to take the kill in the end. But
Break the tower, so you have to look for the Rift Herald. The thing is, Rift Herald will net you a tower, in theory, but Fnatic just got a tower. So if I'm Fnatic, I think I'm happy with this trade.
Okay with that?
You're already, you're getting the first turret and you're getting it first, so you can keep up the tempo advantage. Now, Navi actually going to be able to get the tower, but you should, as Fnatic, be able to get back out into the map and control space, particularly for this dragon in 30 seconds.
That dragon's going to be a big one as well, just the stats alone. When both these comps have so much scaling when they have an Azir, Xayah, other side. You know what Yone Siva do quite easily. They'll solo defend this turret for the time being, but Navi just walk on up. They'll use that pressure to open it up. And Dragon now thought about here for Fnatic, but they're going to use a Battle Herald from Navi, do a couple of spins. Relech backs out of it, now heads towards River as Paris gets poked out again.
Fnatic kind of separated here, moving down towards this bottom side, leaving Bloody on the flank. So Navi use Mainter as this buffer to enter into the pit.
But Mainter takes no damage. Razork doesn't pop the Cyclone, which is good for Fnatic, but for Navi, I'd say also good that they're in the position to contest this Dragon. Lospa with a flank, wants a Pop Blossom of the Sentries here. Decimating Smash onto Emperors, Relech with an angle. He already rushes into the pit. Razork takes that opportunity. Equalizer, fantastic as well. Pop Blossom, even better for Lospa. Mainter's going to die in the front line, while Lospa sacrifices his life over to the back line of Navi. Fnatic, they've gotten the Dragon. They're getting out. They're heroes here for the Fnatic faithful as Navi getting re-engaged again. There's the ulti from Poby. Bloody's coming in to help out. Razork jumped in to die. Flash on top of Poby. Saved by support. No, because Bloody runs through Paris. Now Relech in the bit. And upset. I think that Infinity Edge can't be far off here. As Fnatic go deep. Find Relech. Razork's there. Dread of Return pulls him back in. Dark and Blade with the knock-up. They're going to quickness on top of his head. Razork way too deep. He's going to Cyclone, but this guy is going to die eventually. Poby will shuffle over the wall, slide in, and a turret will take him down, if not the soldiers. Razork don't know what he's doing, but an equalizer. I see the rest of Fnatic finding the play. Bloody tries to time and misses. He tried
up when it comes to the ult economy for both sides. And again, you can see with Flash available on Razork, he should be beelining for Sam D in a lot of these fights. So beyond peel from Poby and Paris to try and keep Navi's AD carry alive. Still finding those positions. Navi need to mark him a little bit better, but the Dragon has started.
Bloody ready to position, has Flash available soon. Emperors comes in from behind, equalizer not too bad, lines out Navi, but they're buying time. Lospa came in as a blue buff and dies as a Nico. Razork does get the steal, which is huge, but they have to get out. Razork dead in an instant, rest of Fnatic at 3. Baron for losing Baron. Bloody trying to stop it back. If he went a little bit to the right, would have got Paris. There's no way, right? There's no way. Surely, Bloody. Okay, Smite comes in.
You'd burn so much on Sam D coming into it. Fnatic don't get to capitalize, so they're still losing out on map space, falling further behind in gold. And it's Fnatic again who want to be trying to push pressure advantages through their side lanes and through their dominant solo lanes, but are just not finding windows to do so.
Relech found out a level ahead of Razork as the defense begins, or rather continues, from Fnatic. Upset is topside clearing for now. Next wave in about 10 seconds.
The other benefit of that last fight for Navi is the fact that, oh, hang on. No, it's going to fall. But that Poby manages to ultimate, so I think it was the fear that ended up putting a little bit of pep into the step of Fnatic. And now Navi establish themselves in mid. Bloody will get that side lane turret.
Razork found into clone immediately. Poby not afraid to go in on his ball. Feels like too much was given up, too much pressure from Navi, and it slows the game down again. We're used to that here, and they'll do this mega quick, and look at where Fnatic are on the map. They're angling more towards the bottom side, but it's 1:30 till the Dragon. This Baron just done for free. Cheeky, isn't it? Navi just knew they had the window, they had the timing, they cleared the vision, they did their due diligence, and Fnatic were caught in far. Their best show of control in this series. indicating they had the lowest gold lead. Now, have I spoken too soon? Poby is going to ulti out with the Emperor's Divide. Razork's got another Cyclone in him, but he can't get nearby.
Because now with Baron in 330, he won't have Flash. He won't have, like, actually with Cosmic Insight it'll be up just shortly after, but even then, like, I don't understand the decision making that's happening in trying to combo here with Fnatic.
Now it's up to Vladdy to find the pick. Paris with the Blast Cone, only onto the Clone, and Navi are sieging this turret like nobody's business. Fnatic can't defend against his double supers. Down it goes. Open inhibitor up in the top. 2 more series.
Yeah.
It might be the end of Fnatic. Honestly, this series might have a domino effect as their defense continues again on this inner turret down the bottom side. Navi do not have a Baron buff, of course, but they have access to this turret. Mainta gets a push in mid. Navi in a much better position.
Yeah, just, again, Fnatic just slowly losing space here.
Finds Razork over the wall. In fact, no. Instead, it's Losper's Clone. Meanwhile, Fate Seal, Vladdy's got the angle. Paris is dead. Samdi out with the feathers. Poplosum on the side, but Rillich, he comes in with a Grim Deliverance. It's okay, I would say, if Mainta didn't just drop down. Vladdy loves the haters, man, as he layers down a perfect ulti.
Finally, Fnatic find what they are looking for. Vladdy, with the ultimate paired with Emperos, can pick off the backline of Navi, and it's Baron for Fnatic.
It'll burn down quick. Rillich is over the wall looking for a steal. Has Flash available, but he's too late. Baron for Fnatic. The never say die team of this series. Obviously them.
You need to get there, it's gone.
It's just gone. They went for the Baron. They ran up to the purple worm and they will lose soul for it.
Why? I don't. Is Navi gonna go and answer?
Oh, Emperos, he's gonna get hit with this. He's gonna get hit with this. He flushes away, but Mainta in range, decimating smash. There it is, the knock into the sky with a darkened glaive. As he goes golden, he's got no one from Fnatic to back him up. Emperos stepped to fight.
Losper is on the flank, he hasn't been spotted.
It's like a Scorsese's film dagger, I feel, at 7K, 6K. Hold the Ember side in the pit. But still, no! It goes down to Fnatic. It's upset again! Losper gets a big pick, but Elder's in Fnatic's way and upsets at full HP. Navi have Samdi setting up for the blades, but with his GA and ricochets, he goes in, waits. Navi, despite losing the Elder, take him out of the GA, sink him into the ground, and find the game-winning fight.
Losper tried, but the follow-up wasn't there. The ult from Emperos we used beforehand, so it was a swing and a miss. And Navi, despite the game ending, both going the opposite way, will be the ones that take the series.
Emperos has Elder against 4, though it seems impossible. He equalizes the wave. Mainta can tank, but the buff on the turret is going to disappear. One cannon minion, though. One cannon debuff both turrets. Emperos gets one execute, but the next is exposed. And Navi put the series